Hey guys, Justin for the 330 Sports Show. Today is April 27th, 2023. I'm going to put a bunch of our sports stuff out on our social media pages because we have a guest joining us in studio today. We are going to talk a little sports, but we have from WKBN, Megan Lee joining us. So Megan, thank you for joining us and welcome down to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I've seen so many KBN people on here, so I'm just really happy to be here. And I love Youngstown, so yeah, I love being out in the community and all that stuff.
So how long have you been in the Youngstown area now?
It'll be 2 years, May 17th, I think. Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 years. So
Okay.
I packed my bags after graduation and moved here.
And where'd you go to school at?
I went to Central Michigan University.
Okay. Chippewas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac school. So that was a great experience. I loved it. Cool university. I mean, we have Michigan State and U of M. Couldn't get into those schools. So Central was it. And it was great. I loved it there.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about, where you're from and how you got to come to Youngstown, basically.
Yeah. So I am from the Detroit area. I can't say I'm from Detroit because I really shouldn't claim that. But I'm from like 20 minutes outside of the downtown area.
Sure.
And I had never heard of Youngstown before I moved here. Like literally, I have an agent for work and he's just a good friend of ours. And he's like, Youngstown, you got to go there. It's a great first market. You'll love it. You're going to get a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So I did the interview and it went great. And I was like, it's only 3.5 hours from home. And so right after graduation, I think I had 3 days after I graduated college and my mom and I moved me in and the rest is history. So
literally graduated a couple days,
Yep.
Boom, you're here and then you're on the news.
Yes.
Okay.
It was cool. I mean, I had never worked at a real news station before. I did stuff in college, but COVID shut down like all my internships. So I didn't get that experience. And I mean, I learned everything here just in the matter of 2 years. I've learned so much and seeing myself grow has been pretty cool. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you're on at WKBN. Tell us a little bit about what you do and, when you're in front of the camera, when you're behind the camera, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Okay. I think a lot of people think oh, you're just on camera.
Yeah. Right.
But there's so much, honestly, most of it is behind the scenes and you don't see it. So when I get in, my shifts kind of change during the week when I'm reporting. But when I get in, it's like we go to our editorial meetings. You got to figure out, I have to bring story ideas every day.
Okay.
I either have things set up or I look in our planner and see if there's anything. So we figure out what I'm going to cover. And then I'm pretty much gone from 10:30 in the morning until 2.
Okay.
And that's me shooting my own video, grabbing all my own interviews because I'm an MMJ. So that's the way of the world now.
What does that stand for?
It's a multimedia journalist.
Okay.
So you grab all your own video, you
Sure.
shoot it, you edit it, you write it, all that good stuff. So the way of the cameraman. I mean, our senior reporters have them, but not us youngins anymore. So I'm gone pretty much all day. And then I get back and I write all my scripts. I'm usually turning 2 stories a day, sometimes 3. And I write everything, get my scripts approved. And then I go in and use a microphone like this, track, and then edit away and try to get it done before showtime at 5 and 6. So there's a lot that happens behind, I only have a minute or 2 clip that people see, but
there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Yeah. And then on the weekends I anchor. So I started doing the evening anchoring. I started working May of 2021, started anchoring in August. It came up and I'm like, you can't turn down an opportunity like that.
Sure. Yeah.
So I've been doing that since, and that's a lot of behind the scenes because I'm only on air from 6 to 6:30 and then 10 to 10:30, 11 to 11:30. So an hour and a half I'm on camera, but behind the scenes, I'm putting shows together, writing scripts, approving scripts, all that stuff. So honestly, it's all behind the scenes. That's pretty much it.
So when you're on live doing the broadcasts, you're typing up your own scripts that are going to the prompter and you're just basically reading the story.
So when I am anchoring, yes, not all the scripts are written by us, the other reporters. So I contribute to what, Lindsay Watson says and the 5 and 6, because she'll read one of my stories. So it's kind of a big team effort. But in the teleprompter, I love anchoring. I've love being in front of the camera. I've done it all of college and I did it a little bit in high school. So I think it's really fun and comforting. But I do love reporting because you got to think on your feet. And like, you don't have a teleprompter. Like you're thinking on your toes, and also being out in the community and meeting new people here is so fun. You get to chat it up, and I'm a talker. So I just like meeting new people.
I mean, that kind of comes with the job. So you have to have that personality, which is great. So not being from here and you have to formulate your own stories, that could be a little challenging, I'm sure. So you really have to put yourself out there and get to know people.
Justin, I wanted to cry. When I first started here, I literally was like, how am I going to have stories? I don't know anyone here. I didn't know a single person here. So I wanted to cry every single day. I would call my mom like, I can't do this. I can't. Like, I don't have. But now, sometimes I'm going to shout him out. Jerry Ricciuti, I love you. You're our fabulous reporter. But sometimes he asks me for sources, and I'm like, you've been here for so long, and like, I got sources that you might need. So it's all about just like meeting people and like using social media too. Like, I feel like that's how we know each other. Like before this, like connecting with people on social media, getting like those story ideas and stuff. Like, so that's like honestly how I get my stories. And whenever I'm out, like even if I'm at dinner with friends and I meet someone, I'm like, here's my card. If you have a story idea, send it my way. So
awesome. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of networking.
That's great. That's great. And there's, you know, a lot of, I think a lot of times people think of, like you had said earlier, it's like, well, it's a story, you know, you put it together, it's on the news, boom, done. No, there's a lot of work that goes behind that.
And like, I talk with the other reporters, like our job isn't like, you know, a 9 to 5. Like, well, first of all, our hours are like all over the board, but we're constantly working. I mean, I am always thinking of things like if I'm walking downtown, I'm like, oh, that's a story idea right there. Or if I'm out at Target and I see something like, that's a story idea. So we're constantly always thinking of things and like always setting things up too, because it makes our jobs easier when we walk into that meeting and, you know, Monday morning and you have things set up, you're golden. So it's a good way to start the day. So
you've been on in the mornings, afternoons, and evenings.
I've done it all.
So how does your body clock respond to that? Are you all over the place? Or?
Yeah, I am all over the place. Honestly, my favorite shift is the morning shift though. I do love that. I like being up early. I think it's fun. You have to go to bed at like 7 p.m. Like Chelsea Spears, she was always going to bed early. Alex George, she goes to bed at 7. So it's hard to adjust, but I like it, and it's a grind. Like I don't know. I haven't done the morning lately though, so my body's been pretty good. Like my clock has been I've been well rested, but there's days where you're about to leave work and you're like falling asleep at your
desk. My gosh, yeah.
So lots of coffee.
Okay.
Probably drink 3 to 4 cups a day. Not great, but that helps. And I try to work out and walk too, because like that kind of energizes me. So, but yeah, body clock is usually completely off. So.
Okay. So you do prefer the mornings?
I do love the mornings. Okay. And like I do the nights on the weekends, and it's fun because we have a great group on the weekends. Love my weekend crew. But sometimes I can't stay up till midnight. Like I'm like so tired.
I'm sure.
Hard. So I do like the mornings though, and the energy in the morning. That's so me. Just like let's wake up, let's go, let's do it. So, yeah. Okay. I like the mornings.
All right, very good. So, to someone that possibly wants to be in your shoes someday, that might be going to school for journalism or whatever it might be, communication, something like that. What advice would you give someone that wants to go into media, whether it's a journalist, an anchor in that field?
Never give up. Never listen to, take what people say with a grain of salt. Like I've followed my dreams since day one. I've wanted to do this since I was probably like 4 or 5. Like I wanted to do this. I wanted to do sports a little bit, and then it formed into news because I wanted to be that positive person that people like look for and find hope in on TV. And so I would say if you're going through school right now and you're journalism, broadcasting, that's what I majored in. Just follow your heart and don't give up, because it's going to take you places, and you know yourself better than anyone else does. So like, just keep going. And like, if you're hardworking and you have that like feeling like I want to grind, I want to do it and get there, you're going to be golden. So yeah, I would say just don't give up and follow that heart, because it'll take you places, I think. So.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
So, just fitting in here in Youngstown, like a place you've never been before. had a couple days and, you're killing it. So
yeah, I love it here. I really do. My mom and I say it's a place I never knew I needed until I moved here. Like seriously, like I have met the coolest people, the nicest people, had the best food. So
yeah.
Yeah, I've eaten some good stuff in Youngstown.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Youngstown, Youngstown, I always feel like if you're from Youngstown, you have to defend Youngstown to the outside communities. And, being from Detroit, you have to do the same thing.
People here are always like, oh, you're from Detroit. Like, yeah, but like it's just kind of like Youngstown. Like, and we do defend, both of us. Like Youngstown and Detroit, we're always defending it. And once you actually get there, like it's great.
And it's like certain people that have seen the movie like 8 Mile or like seen a mafia movie. It's like that's what they think Youngstown or Detroit might be.
I mean, you have your rough spots and stuff, but it's a great place to be. I really do love it here. So
that's awesome. Well, we are glad to have you here. Speaking of your job, and we're going to get into a little bit of your backstory too. Best part of your job and the toughest part of your job.
Best part of my job is meeting new people. Like I said, I am a people person. I love making new connections and all that stuff. So I would say that's like the best part of my job. The hardest part is seeing like tragedies that happen, and like we do have to cover it sometimes. And our hope when we cover these things is like, maybe it's a shooting. Like we just want there to be like more like people to be more aware, like this is real, this is happening. Maybe we should stop the gun violence. I think that's been like the hardest thing about being here. I mean, I'm so glad I started here, but I've seen so much tragedy and it breaks your heart. And I mean, it was around Christmas time. I saw this mom lose her son to gun violence like 2 days before Christmas. Like, so that's like one of the hardest things, but I'm lucky that I have a really good support system with friends and my family. And like, I talk to them and our news team. Like if we're not feeling good about a story, like my boss is always like, come talk to me. Like, cause we do have to carry some heavy stuff. So that's the hardest part. But then when we get to do those good, feel good stories, like that's what makes it all like worth it and stuff.
And you can sort of pick and choose at least positive, uplifting stories.
Yeah, exactly. If you like, whenever I see something cool in the community that's like happy or positive, like I try to highlight it because there is some sadness out there, and we gotta like give people hope because it doesn't have to be this bad. There doesn't have to be this violence stuff. It can get better. So
no doubt. Yeah, a lot of times, unfortunately, the news can be a downer. But it's nice to see some positive stories on there for sure. Okay, so let's get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
And so you grew up in Michigan. So I don't know if you prepped for this, but I messaged you and I said, let's do 2 truths and a lie.
I'm ready.
So you are ready.
Yes.
All right. So you have 2 truths and 1 lie.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try to guess which is which.
Okay. All right. So I have never had a dog or a cat.
Okay.
I climbed the Great Wall of China. And I have a brother named Richard.
You've never had a dog or a cat. You've climbed the Great Wall of China. And you have a brother named Richard.
Why did you just laugh?
I don't know why. Like that one just seems... So you mentioned to me you have a sister in London.
Yeah.
So I feel like you've traveled. So I feel like that one's true. The other 2 sound so believable, but I feel like it has to be one of those 2. So I'm going to go with...
You're guessing the lie, right?
I'm guessing the lie.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the lie is you have a brother named Richard.
Yeah, my dad's name is Richard. I kind of laughed too. I can't lie. I just can't. I literally I was practicing last night saying it to people. I'm like, I can't lie because I just smile and laugh. But yeah, no, my dad's name is Richard. He's so cool. Shouts out to my dad.
Okay.
Love him. But yeah, I have never had a dog or a cat.
Interesting.
People always think that's weird. I've been deprived my whole life. I tell my parents that. I really want a dog, but it's kind of hard when you're working crazy hours. So I gotta wait a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you're young enough. You have plenty of time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And the Great Wall of China.
Oh yeah, that was incredible.
So
yeah, I kind of said that nonchalantly. That was the coolest thing I probably have ever done.
Yeah.
My sister lived in Shanghai for I think 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. So my family and I went and visited her, and we did Beijing, Xi'an, and Shanghai, and we got to climb the Great Wall of China. And my dad has had injuries from sports his whole life, and he got a few surgeries done. So we were able to climb it with him and that means the world to me to be able to do that. And I know making that memory with us, like he was so grateful. So that was sweet. We climbed all the way to the top, which was like it was like, and of course, I think it was like 90 something degrees that day. It was hot. It was really hot, but it was really cool. And I love that my sister lives cool places because I get to travel and see her. So,
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What does she do that?
She's a teacher.
Okay.
They need them everywhere. So she taught in China and then she moved to London with her boyfriend. He's from Manchester.
Okay.
And they live there and they live a cool little life and they travel like, I mean, we get texts in our family group chat going to Portugal for the weekend, going to Greece for the weekend. I'm like, oh, I'm going to Cleveland. So
I mean, Cleveland's cool.
Yeah, no, I do love Cleveland, but yeah, she's pretty cool. So
okay, no, that's great. That's great. Okay, so you had mentioned you're an athlete as well. So what did you do growing up, or play or whatever?
Yeah, well, my dad, I'm a football coach's daughter.
Okay.
So my dad coached for a long time. So I think my mom gave birth to my sister, and then like 2 days later, she was at my dad's football game. So yeah, we've just been raised like with sports. I played basketball since I was in like second grade.
Okay.
I also played soccer too. Soccer wasn't really my thing. And like I stopped. Like they wouldn't play me when I was in fifth grade. So I was like, peace out. I'm not riding the bench the whole time.
Yeah.
So, but basketball, I loved basketball. I played from second grade until my junior year of high school. The league girls tend to quit basketball their senior year. So that's what my sister and I both did.
Okay.
Don't know why, but I just kind of wanted to be a student
and
a kid and have fun. So I loved basketball. My dad coached me for so many years. Oh gosh, I don't even know how many years. He coached me up until high school, actually, because then I went to the public high school. I went to Catholic school growing up. So I had so many memories, like hanging out in the gym all weekend for tournaments and stuff. I loved basketball. I was a 4 and a 5. And I mean, we were good. And then I also played softball in the summer. We had slow pitch league in my town, and my dad coached that as well. So I was the catcher. My dad said I was the best catcher in the program. I used to throw my mask off. Like I loved it. It was fun, and it was just like summer league. So super chill, and got to play with my sister for a few years on the same team, which was awesome. But yeah, I ran track in high school. Oh, I ran track because we had a Catholic youth organization. I don't know if you guys have that here for the Catholic schools. Like they can.
I think some of because like Mooney and Ursuline have like the feeder schools, but I don't know necessarily if there's a diocese in charge.
I ran track since I was I think in like third grade. I think that's when our program started. I was really into high jump. I medaled a lot. I was this close for states my senior year, which kind of that tore me apart a little bit. But yeah, I loved track. My dad was a hurdler. And so I took after him with hurdles, and I would do anything to high jump again. I loved it. It was so fun. So yeah, I would like to get back into coaching probably for either track but I can't really run anymore. Once you stop running.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's really hard to get back in.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible. So, but I did the short distance because I did hurdles and high jump. So yeah, I played a bunch of sports. I mean, that's what kept me sane as a kid, I think.
Okay.
So
well, maybe there's a local high school kid that'll go to state for high jump or something. You could jump in and do a story.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. That would be so cool. Yeah, high jump was great. I'm trying to think what my highest height was. 5'1".
Okay. That's
maybe, and I'm 5'9", so I was jumping pretty high. My dad would always stand right over there, and when I didn't have a good jump, I'd look over him. He's like, give me a bad look. I'm like, oh crap, my dad's mad.
I was gonna say that's probably got to be there's some really good to having a dad as a coach, and there's you also live with that, so you're getting coached up all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had our days. The amount of times I had to run that basketball court back and forth until I felt like I was gonna throw up was because I mean, 8th grade, I was just lippy. And I was, I was a 14-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl, just being rude. And my dad had no tolerance for that. And he's like, if you talk to me like that, the other girls will talk to me like that. So I remember, this is the funniest story. One of my best friends from growing up, Molly, I called him a psychopath. I'm like, my dad is a psychopath. And I call my mom. We're on our way home from practice. And I'm like, Mom, your husband is a psychopath. And my mom's just laughing because she's she's been married to a coach for, so many years. And no, it was tough, but it was tough love. And I mean, he is incredible. He's really a great coach and all that he does. So he's really dedicated. And I'd like to see him get back on that football field. I don't know if he'll do it, but he's getting towards the retirement year. So I think he wants to just chill. So,
yeah. Understandable.
But, do you coach or anything?
I used to.
Okay.
I used to. I coached for 12 years. I coached basketball for 12 years. So yeah.
Yeah. Love basketball. Where'd you coach at?
At Boardman.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So let's talk. You're wearing a Stanley Cup Detroit Red Wings shirt.
I'm kind of a fraud. I like the Red Wings, but I'm like kind of a fraud. So this is just.
I mean, you're repping your city.
Yes, I'm just repping my city.
Yeah.
I love Dylan Larkin. He's a great player. He's handsome. You know.
Sure.
So yeah. No, I'm kind of a fraud, though. I don't really know much. I've been to a few games, but I don't really know much. So.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about, like, you said you love the Tigers and stuff.
I used to work for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay. All right. We'll get into that in a minute. And also, you said you've become a Phantoms fan. You've been going to some games.
Yep.
They just made the playoffs.
Yes, they have 2 games this weekend. Friday, I think it's at 7:05 puck drop, and then Sunday, because there's a concert at Covelli on Saturday, and they're playing Cedar Rapids. So they got a bye in the first round. So it's the second round of playoffs. Pretty exciting. They have a bunch of like NHL like drafts or prospects. I don't really know because I'm a newbie.
Yeah.
But they got some cool players, and they have a new head coach. He's like taking them all the way, I think. His name's Ryan Ward, and he's great. So I think that they have a good shot in the playoffs, and people should like – they should come. I mean, we have like Covelli's great. Downtown is great restaurants. You can like go grab a beer or, you know, grab pizza and then head over to Covelli. There's so many, like, this is so cool. And sometimes I think people forget, like, they're like, we have to go to Cleveland or Pittsburgh no, like, come right here. It's a fun thing to do on a Friday night. Tickets are cheap. Like, why not? And if like you're in your 20s or something, like, go, you can grab beer and like, hang out. So,
yeah, right. Yeah, it's a very chill environment over there, but it's a lot of fun. It's like family friendly, kid friendly.
Exactly. You
so
can take the kiddos. If you're a parent, take the kids, have a beer. The kids can play around. They got a mascot. They got like fun things. I don't know.
And it's guys that might eventually be playing in the NHL.
Yeah, which is super cool. And like they got their start in Youngstown. Like that's sweet.
Yeah.
Youngstown, they're putting it on the map.
Yeah, no doubt. So get out there and support the Phantoms.
Exactly.
And what you said, Friday and Sunday they're playing.
Friday and Sunday, and then they might play Monday if they have to play a third game. They will on Monday. So,
all right. Well, good luck to the Phantoms this weekend as well. Oh, and by the way, our friend Jeremy from Youngstown Pizza Reviews, he works for Phantom Fireworks.
Oh yeah.
So
he just did a pizza review with the head coach.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he puts out like promos all the time for people. So
pizza reviews are cool. I like watching those. Is he a good friend of yours?
He's a good acquaintance, we'll say, but he's down here on the show from time to time and collaborates with us a lot. Cool. So Jeremy's a good dude. So Detroit sports trivia. I got 5 questions for you.
Worried.
Most of them are pretty easy, but I threw. I don't know. We'll see. Because you're young, so we'll see if you know some of these. All right. So this one's, you worked for the Tigers. I'm guessing you know this one. The Detroit Tigers mascot's name. Pause. I didn't know that.
Pause.
Okay. All right. Pause. So 1 for 1. This Detroit Lion rushed for 2,000 yards in a season.
Oh, Bernie Sanders.
Not the senator, Bernie Sanders.
No,
you got Sanders right.
Oh,
Barry Sanders. A common.
Because I just looked up. I had to look something up, and it was Bernie. Because there's some like guy running for Senate. It was like Bernie Sanders came up, so that was on my mind. But Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Yes. Yeah, we're giving you credit. 2 for 2.
Cool.
All right, this goes with your shirt here. Okay. The Detroit Red Wings player that has the most goals in the history of the Red Wings.
Steve Yzerman.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Very good. All right, back to the Tigers. We got 2 questions to finish this off. 3 for 3, by the way. Which Detroit Tiger pitcher won the American League MVP in 2011?
Justin Verlander.
Very good. 4 for 4. Last one. This one's easy. Which Detroit Tigers player won the American League batting title? I believe the Triple Crown too in 2019.
Cabrera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I love him. So when I worked with them, Because I worked at a pizza place since I was like 14 or 15. I was just like a hostess, and then
Yeah.
they needed catering, and they kind of knew I was flirting with like the sports reporting a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're like, why don't you like, we cater for their games, like come get some connections. So I was working in the not the like their locker room, not their locker room where they would hang out,
like the clubhouse kind of.
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
And I literally fed them all of their pregame meals. It was sweet. So Cabrera's son would always come in and get pizza and stuff, and Cabrera would like always like give me a high five and stuff. So cool. My dad, I think, paved his driveway too. My dad did asphalt for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, cool.
Richard.
Yep, Richard. Rick. I call him Rick. But yeah, so he did that. But yeah, Tiger's great. I got to meet like Nicholas Castellanos, Candelario. Trying to think who else was on that team. That was back in like 2018, 2019, I think.
Was Victor Martinez still there?
He was.
I loved Victor Martinez.
Jacoby Jones, Shane Green. I think Shane Green might play for the Braves now. I don't know. But all a great group of guys. They were so nice, and like they got me the connections I needed. Like, and I mean, Rod Allen and Mario Mpemba, they used to be like their broadcasters for the game.
Yeah.
Since I can remember. Now Rod Allen, I think he works for the Mariners now. I forgot. He but he is like a mentor to me. So I got to talk with him, and like he always is checking in on me, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great job. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like
it sounds like a lot of fun.
I used to like hang out. Literally, I'd walk down to the dugout and like look at them like get in the field together and stuff. Yeah. Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah. I love my Detroit Tigers.
So. All right. So tell us about working there and like, you know, so what else did you do?
So I literally
besides serve them food.
I served them like cheese bread, and like their nutritionist is like, stop. Like, and like I remember like they're like, Cabrera's got to stop eating that. And I'm like, sorry. So yeah, no, but I used to, honestly, it was just like Crispelli's, that was where I worked. They were the best employers ever, because I used to only work like 8 hours a week, and they kept me from like 14 to 21, like all through like when I'd come back in the summer and stuff. So yeah, they just got a good deal with them, and I would literally just come in, set up, and literally feed them pizza. I would scoop like salad, maybe chicken, and sometimes they didn't want to eat that, so I'd make them like a PB&J, like literally the most random thing. And it was really cool, and I got to walk around the whole like stadium all the time. Like, it was like the best. I say those were the best 2 summers, because I mean, how cool is that? You can be around like, professional athletes all the time. Nico Goodrum was one of them. He was cool. They were just a great group of guys that were really nice. And I mean, we served horrible food for them though. I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we were literally serving them like pepperoni pizza. That's not great before a game, but yeah.
You're carb loading.
Yeah, carb loading,
you know?
Yeah, but it was great. It was awesome.
All right, very good. So you had mentioned to me sports movies and stuff. A couple of your favorites are.
Yeah. Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I like that because is like a coach's daughter. I love that movie. It's just it's a great movie. I love The Blind Side. Sandra Bullock, love her. Sports movies we've always like watched because my dad, and like God bless my dad. He's got 2 daughters and a wife. It's Rick and the girls, we always say. So we kind of like adapted to, you know, being he's definitely a girl dad. I mean, he would play Barbies and like braid our hair and stuff, but like, we like to watch sports movies with him too. So
that's awesome. Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. All right. So I got some Remember the Titans trivia for you. Okay. There's only a few here. So we'll see how you do.
I haven't seen this movie in so long.
You were 5 for 5 on the Detroit. So let's see.
I'm so proud of myself.
Let's see how we do here. Okay. So where did the movie take place?
Oh gosh.
Originally.
I should have studied up on this. I haven't seen it in a minute. Okay.
I didn't prep you for this one. So
yeah, no, you're really putting me on. Well, it's obviously down south because there was like
not too far south.
Yeah. Though. Was it Georgia?
You know what? I'll give you credit because they filmed a lot of it in Georgia. But it took place in Alexandria, Virginia.
That's what it was. Right. I knew that.
So we're giving you a half a point on that. We'll give you half a point on that. All right. So 5.5 out of 6.
Okay.
All right. The head coach is Herman Boone.
Yes.
Played by what actor?
Oh. Okay. So like movie trivia is literally the worst thing because I don't really see movies. I mean, I do.
Very famous.
Yeah. Oh crap.
Our capital city. In America?
Something Washington.
It's all right. We'll
no.
We'll give you another half a point for Washington. Denzel Washington.
Washington. Yeah. Okay.
All right. This is a random.
Great actor.
This is a random shot in the dark. So I don't know if you'll get this. So what year did the movie come out? You were probably like just barely alive.
1999. I'm pretty young. So
let's just say it's around then.
Okay. It probably came out in like 2003.
2000.
2000.
So you were a 1-year-old when this came out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Does any require come on, like?
All right. This one we'll see. Okay. This actress played the daughter of one of the. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. You got that. And then the team's quarterback had what nickname?
Sunshine.
There you go.
So I had a good friend in college, and we called him Sunshine because he looked like him.
Okay.
So but I had a crush on Sunshine in that movie. That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
So 8 out of 10 overall in trivia. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. All right. So you personally, being an athlete, now being a journalist. So let's pretend WKBN or whatever station plays a walk-up song as you come up to the journalist anchor desk. What song is playing?
Jumpin' by Destiny's Child.
Okay.
Ladies, if you may.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like like I was working out the other day and that song came on.
Okay.
And I mean, I was going at it. Like I love that song. So I would say that song. It's
interesting.
Just attitude and
yeah. And that song also might predate you.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's like a mid to late 90s song.
Yeah, or I do have another song.
Okay.
We used to do our basketball warm-ups. Okay, I want you to picture this.
Okay.
This is Catholic Youth Organization basketball. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're in like 7th grade. And my dad would let us make like a playlist for our warm-ups. And we always would hear the older boys like in the high school like play like rap music. But like of course, like our priest would not let us have like swear words in it.
Sure.
So but we had the clean version of Nelly, Heart of a Champion.
Okay.
Do you remember that one? Yeah, that would be another one because we used to do our basketball warm-ups to that one. I
like that. That's a good song.
Yeah,
that's a solid with the beat. The old like basketball.
But it would totally
intro.
be like the not clean version.
Oh yeah. No, I hear you.
Why did my dad let us like listen to that while we warmed up? It's like Catholic youth basketball, but yeah. So yeah, I would do those two.
Okay. Let's say like 7th, 8th grade, Megan Lee goes on to high school, becomes a great basketball track star, whatever, and then colleges are recruiting you for an NIL deal. And what product would you endorse? Product or company would you endorse if you could pick one for an NIL deal?
Okay. First of all, can we just say I love NIL deals? So good. Like they should be getting compensated. Like this is great. Great. I love it.
By the way, when Kristen was down here, McFarland, who used to be a D1 athlete at Florida State, national champion, like if that would have been around for them, she could have really cashed in on that.
Seriously.
So good for these athletes for getting the money they should get. So
I would totally say like Lululemon, but like I'm gonna be honest with
I
you,
literally think that's what she said too.
I love Lululemon. I wear their stuff all the time. It's my favorite. But honestly, it's really unhealthy and not good for an athlete. Chick-fil-A.
Oh. Why not?
I love Chick-fil-A. Take all my money.
Okay.
So it would be Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Or pay you to eat Chick-fil-A and endorse it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A.
Favorite thing from Chick-fil-A?
Oh, that's so easy. Either the chicken minis in the morning.
Okay.
Because have you ever had them?
Never had it, so I'm not gonna knock it.
They're so good, especially if you've.
It's like a little sandwich.
Yeah, they have like a honey butter on top.
Okay.
And if you had like a few one too many drinks the night before, those will save your life.
Okay.
Or I just like the classic chicken sandwich, fries and Chick-fil-A sauce, and buffalo sauce and ranch. I'm like a huge sauce girl.
I like dip them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it all. Okay. Yeah, and I usually ask for like 10 of them. Ranch. I'm a ranch connoisseur.
Okay. I'm not a ranch guy.
Why?
I don't know. Like I don't know. It's like too thick, and I don't. I don't know.
No, the thick. That's so good.
I like the balsamics or the Italian.
Yeah.
So.
But like I dip my pizza in ranch.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So I like.
But I respect that.
Yeah, I really try to look for the best ranch around here. There's some places that have some good contenders.
Okay.
And especially my pizza. So.
Okay. So pizza, ranch, or Chick-fil-A ranch. Okay.
Yeah, I just dip it all in ranch. Okay. It's really unhealthy, but
that's all right.
You only live once.
Exactly. Live it up. Live it up. Okay. This one we're gonna like flip it here.
Mhm.
Biggest fear.
Mm.
This is a tough one
Oh,
for a lot of
okay.
people.
I think my biggest fear has honestly changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you turn 24 and you think you're gonna just die tomorrow. So dying
Oh,
is my biggest
yeah,
fear.
that's a pretty big one.
I love life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to die.
Yeah,
I just
well,
love it.
yeah, we
But,
don't want that.
Another fear, I would say, probably any type of bug. I hate bugs.
Okay, yeah.
I hate snakes.
Mhm.
Like any slimy little, I hate them.
Okay.
So yeah, no.
Do you know? I don't know how updated this survey was, but at one point, number one, people's biggest fear used to be public speaking, which obviously that is not one of yours. And number two would be death. So they said literally the people like giving a eulogy or something would have a bigger fear than the person that's actually dead. So
yeah, no, dying. You start getting older and you.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's kind of crazy, but it's also my motivation to just like live out every day to be like the best I can be and like make people happy and like make myself happy. So, but man, yeah, that's scary. But bugs.
Okay.
Yeah, no, bugs I don't like.
Mine,
what's yours? Yeah.
It's random, and I'm not afraid of a whole lot of things. Like ranch dressing, covered in ranch dressing, gross. I've skydived, I've climbed buildings, I've done a bunch of random stuff. So not a whole lot scares me, but one thing that I'm like petrified of is every now and then I'll see like an Instagram reel or a TikTok video, and there's someone that's climbing like in a tiny little hole, like in a cave or something. Yeah. To me, like claustrophobia is terrifying to me, like entrapped in a small that's space.
Horrifying.
So
that's scary. Yeah. I don't like that at all. But
it's, I don't know, maybe bugs trump that. I don't know.
But I can't.
I just said
Spiders?
it, which led into it. I have to ask you, because yesterday, tell me who you interviewed.
Oh, Trump Jr.
Yeah. So what was that like? What was that about?
Actually, it was a really cool experience. Okay.
Sorry, just random.
Yeah, no,
transitioning,
so totally okay. So it was really cool. This job changes. Like I've done the coolest things. I've been in like an old vintage Ford plane. I talked to Trump Jr. I've done so many cool things. Like, and no matter what your political views are, to be able to interview easily one of the most like they're the most famous family. I mean, they're a president's family. His father was a president at one point. So it was really cool to put that on my resume. Like I can put that on anything and say like, I interviewed Trump Jr. So it was cool. He was really respectful. He was really nice. And I mean, Hanoverton, I've never been out that way. It's far. It was 50 minutes from the station.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
that's over like deep Columbiana County. Have you ever been over there?
I have not.
Okay, so it was really far, and there's this place called the Spread Eagle Tavern. Yeah, and it's got so much history. So that's where it was for a little bit, and it was cool. He talked about his dad a little bit, and just talked about like some races, but he was respectful. It was cool, and that's cool to say. Like I literally interviewed the previous president's child. So
no doubt,
it was pretty cool.
Do you have not an ideal. Do you have let me think how to word this. Do you have someone you want to interview? Like who would be your ideal interview or perfect interview if you could pick one person?
Let me think. Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Okay. I would either interview Taylor Swift because I'm a huge Swiftie, love her to death. Can't go to her concert because the tickets are ridiculous.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay. So probably Taylor Swift. Or can they be dead?
Sure. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Jackie Kennedy.
Okay.
I love her. I adore her. I have loved her forever. I'm really into clothes.
Yeah.
And she was just always so put together. And I whenever I see a suit, my mom and I will send it back and forth and be like, this is Jackie. Like I love her. I look up to her in a lot of clothing because I really do love clothes. Speaking
of clothes, can you stand up real quick for the camera?
Show me. It's gonna make really bad noise. These pants. Sorry. Okay, there's the camera. These pants make really weird noises. So silver pants. Can you see?
We love it. We love it.
Thank you. I do. Okay, it's gonna make probably a weird.
It's okay.
Okay. So I promise it's the pants. But I love clothes, and so Jackie Kennedy would totally be
fashion icon,
and she was in the public eye, and she was married into a very famous family, obviously, and she went through some stuff. So I think I would definitely interview her. I love her. I was her, like. I don't know if they do that here, like wax museum, like kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we called it, I forgot what we called it, but I dressed up as her and I had like a pillbox hat and like a whole suit, and I just love her.
So like when you're a little kid, you basically like have facts and you
say
tell
them
people.
And you like we made a poster behind it. And it's like when she died, and like who she was married to, what she did, what she accomplished. So yeah, I was her in 5th grade. I remember. I was a cute little Jackie O. So I love her, and I would totally interview her.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. Very good. So let's see. What are you watching, listening to, or reading?
So I'm a huge podcast person.
Okay.
Usually it's mindless stuff because sometimes I feel like with work, my mind is constantly just like on. So I try to like listen to I want to kind of keep myself in the know with some stuff too. So pop culture podcasts are my favorite. The Toast. There are these girls. They used to both live in New York, and one lives in Florida, and they just talk about like the top 5 stories of the day that you need to know. Yeah. So I love them.
The Toast.
It's called. It used to be called the Morning Toast. Now it's the Toast. Jackie Oshry and Claudia Oshry. They're great. Love them. I've been listening to them for a few years now. Yeah. And then a new one, Danny Austin. She's an influencer. Love her. Influencers are crazy. They've like taken over this world. I love it. Oh yeah. I would totally do that in my next life. So she's got a cool podcast. Just mindless stuff. Reading. I'm not a big reader, but it was my goal this year to become a better reader. Okay. And not be scrolling on this so much, this is like really bad. Like I go on my phone way too much. So I'm reading this book by Jay Shetty. It's called like something about love. I don't know. I need a little help in that department. So reading about that. Watching. I'm a huge Bravo fan. Like Real Housewives and stuff. Vanderpump Rules is getting. I don't know if do you follow any of those?
I've been to the bar in LA where Vanderpump has been. Yeah. I don't watch it.
I want to
go. We've also had on her name's Jennifer Walcott, and
how do I know that name?
Well, she used to be in Playboy, and they're recording right now a show to be on Bravo. Cool. So like a kind of wives, husbands, behind the scenes type thing. Cool. So we'll see about that.
So yeah, I like.
It's all right. It's all right.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, Bravo. I like that. And then obviously I love the news. I really do. Yeah. I try not to watch it all the time just because I need to have some separation.
Do you ever, sorry to cut you off. Do you ever watch other news people, whether at your own station or, other stations and
that's how you grow.
Kind of like.
I try to take mental notes. If I see for example, I heard something, I was watching some national show today. I don't remember which one, but she said something. I go, oh, I'm going to say it like that the next time. I like that. Like it just the way so it's a good way to learn. I like watching my station. It's a good way, even on my days off, like today's my day off. Like I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening. So when I get into work on Saturday, it's not like, where have you been for 2 days?
Yeah.
So
right.
But yeah, I do watch other stations. I love watching Good Morning America. I've watched since I was little. I love that. And so yeah, I've always been a news person.
Do you feel like since you work for like a CBS station, you have to say Good Morning America? You can't be like, oh, I like the Today Show.
Oh, no. Okay. I like them all. I like them all. Today Show. I like Good Morning America. I really do like it all. So I really do like news. I've been this way my whole life. So
do you have like a movie character or TV show character that played like a news person that you thought was ridiculous or funny or whatever? It could be like totally out there. Or...
Okay, no. So I tried watching the morning show.
Yeah.
Okay, but then like you have to have like Apple TV or something. I don't have that. So I just I watched one episode and I was done. So I'm trying to.
I will say it's an okay show because Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon are kind of the main two. They do a good job, but it's a little, it's a little drama filled. So
there really hasn't been many movies or shows about.
I just think of like ridiculous ones like Will Ferrell, like Anchorman or something like that.
No, I haven't really. They should make a movie about WKBN.
Yeah, why
Stan
not?
Boney.
Yeah, seriously.
He needs a movie. Some local producer needs to make a movie.
We could, yeah.
I think we should make that happen because he's been here for a long time.
When he came down, because he did the show, I don't know, a little while back. I asked him about his hair, like, and how, because that was kind of like his thing for a while, and he'd wear these hats and stuff. But I actually like, can I touch your hair? And it's just like bounce back. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, so like it's not real. So,
and then like Jerry and his hats, that's a story.
Okay, I'm glad you said Jerry because you mentioned him earlier. Jerry, I think Jerry does a great job.
Yeah.
He wears like a fedora or something all the time, doesn't he?
That fedora.
So he had one of the greatest slip ups on live air.
Oh yeah.
To me, it's
that was before
like
my time.
Like I had people in Columbus and like that like saw it on Twitter or whatever, and it was hilarious. And the girl, whoever was the anchor at the time, just was like shocked. The best things. Have you ever had a blooper on air or like a mess up or anything like that?
I haven't. Honestly, like that story scares me so much. So I really haven't. I think if anything, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had anything like that. Knock on wood, but like that story's kind of like our unmentionable in the news. It's like that was like a like,
sorry,
no,
Jerry, if you're watching.
Yeah, no, but we still kind of laugh about it. But it was things happen, you know, and
I think if you do it long enough, it's eventually gonna happen.
Yeah, oh totally. And honestly, like my mom, I used to be honest, I used to swear like a sailor in high school and college, and my mom said, "You better figure that out because," but
it's hard to turn on and off.
Me, I can turn it off.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I get into this mode and I'm just like, yeah. So I haven't had a slip up, but I know one's gonna.
Sorry, I don't want to jinx you.
But honestly, like if anything, slip ups do happen. Like I'll say something wrong though. Like those happen all the time. Like I'm learning and growing all the time. So that's like I would say those are like my big slip ups.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, and that's just the nature of the job. And like, it's gonna happen.
I want to put this out there, Justin. For some reason, people think we're perfect.
Oh yeah.
They think we are robotic and like we can say everything perfectly. And no, it's really actually hard. And I've had, not to get negative, but I've had people message me some things and I'm like, that's so mean.
Yeah.
Like, I can say, I'm human. I'm not perfect and things happen. And sometimes we get information and we have to be live within a minute. And you literally just got that information. You're trying to process what you can and what you can't say. Cause sometimes we do have friends out in the field that will give us off the record information that cannot be said yet for the sake of a loved one or a family member. Like so it's so hard. So I've had like some messages. So I'm going to put this out there. Just be positive, please, because like it's hard sometimes. And but for the most part, I have great people that message me and I love it. So keep them coming. And I love talking with people over social media. It's really fun. So,
well, yeah. Chelsea, your former colleague, was the one that got me in touch with you. And what I love that she used to do is if she would get like a negative Facebook message, whether it was on a comment or something she was wearing, she would call people out. And I was like, you guys need to do that more because like one, it's got to be tough being live in front. Two, being a female, like being out there all the time. That's got to be like extra.
It's hard.
Scrutinized.
And I wish it like didn't come with this job. Like my mom and I always talk about it. Like sometimes this job is like so like looks oriented and like so like people think we're perfect and like we're not. Like we're human and like it is really, really hard. And sometimes I feel like the viewers are looking at us for our outfits and not what we have to say.
Right.
Like, no, listen to me. Like I have something important to say. So Chelsea, when she would do that, I like looked up to her a lot with that because it's usually I kill them with kindness. My mom has always taught me that. She's like, just kill them with kindness. So I'll message back and I'll be like, hey, I'm not perfect. And but like I would love for you to come in and do this job with me. How about that?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like come on down. And like, or I'll be like, thanks for your feedback. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So and I try to, you know, not let it get to me because it'll eat you up if
I'm sure.
if you don't have
you gotta have thick skin.
You do. And you do. And I'm lucky again. I said like I've got a great support system. My mom and dad sometimes like they'll if I send a bad message, I'm like, hey, I got this terrible message. My parents are like hyping me up and stuff. So yeah, but it's brutal out there sometimes.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
and it happens everywhere, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like and I can't even imagine what these national correspondents like they go through because we're just, we're in Youngstown. Like it's not like,
Sure.
I mean, it's
You have a
smaller.
smaller base.
Yeah. So I
Mhm.
can't even imagine. But yeah, when Chelsea would call him out, I'm like, you
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Heck yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
All right. So let's close on a few things here.
Okay.
Favorite all-time athlete?
Okay. So okay, my dad always says I have multiple favorites of
Sure.
everything.
You can list
Okay.
multiple.
So Lindsey Vaughn, I'm a huge skier.
Yeah.
Love her. My sister and I wanted to be Lindsey Vaughn growing
Mhm.
up. My dad wanted us to be downhill skiers.
Okay.
I've been skiing since I was like 2. So I would say like Lindsey Vaughn for sure. She's like my favorite athlete.
Okay.
I like her a lot. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's unreal. Or trying to think. Curtis Granderson. He was a good guy. He was really like in the community and stuff. My
Mhm.
sister and I loved him when he was playing for the Tigers. So he was just always helping out the kids in Detroit and just doing the most. So yeah, I would say Lindsey Vaughn or Curtis Granderson.
That's a good names from the past too. So I like that. Okay. So the NFL drafts tonight and stuff. I want to have you draft your favorite Youngstown places. So you get to pick 3.
Okay.
So pick 3 Youngstown places.
Like
food, place, whatever.
Okay, Mill Creek Park.
Okay, Mill Creek Park. Okay.
That's such a gem here. Really is.
It really is. Yeah.
I find like a new trail there all the time. I love Mill Creek Park. So, okay, Mill Creek Park. Oh gosh.
Any place with ranch dressing.
Any place with ranch dressing. Okay, Mill Creek Park, and then food. I would say Selah and Struthers. Love it there. Great coconut cake.
Coconut cake. Okay.
I'm not a huge sweet person. I like chips and like pretzels and stuff. Coconut cake, fabulous. So
what's your go-to like dinner there?
Oh, they have the gnocchi pear.
Okay.
It's half red sauce and half Alfredo, and you kind of like mix it a little bit.
Okay.
My parents live in Michigan. My mom orders that coconut cake. She either has me bring it home when I come home, or she'll order it and pick it up and take it back to Michigan. Like, it's super good.
Okay.
So, Selah and Struthers, Mill Creek Park, and you know what I love? Noble Creature.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I have not been in a while. Actually, I went a few weeks ago. But yeah, no, I like Noble Creature. Great spot.
Okay.
I don't know if that's my favorite, actually. I'm going to take that one back. Sorry, Noble Creature.
That's all right. We'll put them on the honorable mention.
Yes.
So that's good.
Okay. Mill Creek Park, Selah and Struthers, and then, this is a given. White House for the blueberry donuts.
Yeah.
Those things.
They're pretty good.
Even,
pretty solid.
They're so good. I probably would be 500 pounds. Like, I literally could eat, I could eat literally so many of them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I will say, I think and I'm not a big sweet person either, but I actually like their cinnamon sugar ones even better than the blueberry. So, because I'm a coffee drinker too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like that with coffee is really great. But I think everyone knows the blueberry donut.
Yes. Wait, where do you like to get coffee around here?
I'm generally a Dunkin' person.
No, Justin, I thought I liked you.
But if we had to go local, well, I do have friends that own Stone Fruit.
Love Stone Fruit.
So that's one of my favorite ones too.
Love Stone Fruit. So, yeah, that's a good place.
Branch Street's really nice.
We had some great local coffee.
Yeah.
places.
I'm sorry if I'm not saying the one you.
I try to drink local coffee whenever I can, because Dunkin', but see, Dunkin's not by me in Michigan. We have one.
That's true.
We have Starbucks and I'm trying to think of what Tim Hortons.
Okay.
You guys don't really have that. I also buy Stone Fruit on campus, up the road on Elm Street. I'm drawing a blank on it. It's right across from Prep Wellness. What is it? Why am I drawing?
Oh, I know where you're at.
Do you know
in Canfield?
No, right here by campus.
Oh.
What is it called? I gotta look it up.
Oh, I know what it is. I just can't think of the name, but yeah.
Wait, I gotta look.
Is it like the grind or the press or something like that?
There's that one.
Okay.
Wait, give me a second. I don't know why I'm Culture House.
Culture House.
Have you ever been there?
I have not.
Great.
Okay.
What's your go-to coffee order?
Generally, I mean, if I'm drinking it at home, black.
Yeah.
But if I get it out, I usually get one skim and one caramel.
Okay. Oh, yum.
So that's like Dunkin'.
Yes.
If I'm gonna get a flavored coffee, I'll go with a vanilla latte with oat milk.
Oh.
So
That's a go-to, but I kind of had to cut back on the sugar.
It's like too sweet is gross.
I know. So I've been just doing a plain latte with almond milk because oat milk has a lot of carbs and sugars in it. So I'm like trying to like be healthy. But
if you need like a really like get you going, like hardly any sugar, just get an Americano.
Yeah,
so
those are good.
That'll just like
yeah
jack you up through the news day.
Exactly.
So.
Oh, I drink way too much coffee, honestly. But yeah.
So okay, I've got through most of my questions. Is there anything else we haven't like touched on that you want people to know about you?
I don't know. I'm an open book, Justin. I really am.
No, and I think that's great. And I think like people can tell that about you just by like your personality and you know, on camera, off camera. So
I'm trying to think. I don't know. We literally covered it all. I'm so proud of myself for the sports.
Yeah.
I love my Detroit sports.
Well, you got an 8 out of 10, so that's good.
Yeah, that was good.
So that's well, you got 5 out of 5 on the
Detroit. Yeah,
and, you know,
even though I said
Bernie Sanders rushed for 2,000 yards.
My dad's gonna die.
Fun fact. I love it. I love it.
No, I don't know. We already did my favorites. Yeah.
Okay, so favorite drink.
Okay, yeah. Aperol Spritz.
Okay,
love
and
those.
Explain that. What is that?
It is.
That sounds like an Italian drink.
It is.
Okay.
So I think it is. I'm not Italian, but they offer them everywhere. Around here. Soda water, Aperol, which is like, or like Campari or whatever that is, and then vodka sometimes or Prosecco. The Aperol is what makes it. It's like an orange liqueur, so good with like a fresh orange on there.
Okay,
so refreshing. Love those.
An Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, super good. I also like a limoncello Spritz.
Okay.
Acquapazzo has a good one there. So yeah, I do like all that. I like fruity drinks. I love beer. I'm a beer drinker.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Noble Creature.
Yes.
So.
My mom is a huge beer drinker, so I think that's kind of what got me into it.
Okay.
Michigan has some great breweries.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shorts Brewery in Bel Air. It's a great place. My mom and I love that beer. It's a heavy hitter too. I think it's like 8%. 8 or 9%. You have one and you're like,
that'll mess you up. Yeah. Yeah. That'll knock you down a little bit.
So yeah, no, yeah, I like to have a good time. I like to be out and about. I like spending my paychecks on local places here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I can't
Very
think
good.
of anything else though.
So where can people follow you on social, you know, news, all that stuff?
1 second. Okay. Okay. So my Instagram, Megan Lee _TV. Follow me. We'll have some fun. I'm going to get back into my lives on the weekends or like stories and stuff because I just think that's really fun. And also follow WKBN. We're really popping off on our Instagram again. And I actually have access to the Instagram now. It's WKBN _27 First News. That's where we're posting like what we're working on throughout the day, big stories and stuff. And then it'll take you directly to our website, find that story you want. So we have a great digital team at WKBN and I am fully supporting them, trying to help them out with that. And they've given me access to the Instagram. So that's exciting. We're going to do some cool stuff with it. So yeah, Megan Lee _TV, WKBN, Facebook, it's just like Megan Lee, I think. I don't know. If you are a viewer and you aren't really friends with me and you're trying to request my personal page, I probably won't let you just because, you know, you gotta be private.
You gotta keep, you gotta keep that
but
separate.
I do post some personal stuff on there and I want people to know I'm a real person. I'm out and about. So I really love when people message me. It's fun. It's cool to connect with people that I don't really even know. And also, like, I'm not saying I'm famous because I'm not, but if you're out in the community and you see me, please say hi.
Yeah.
I love that. I literally love me, like, whether it's just a new acquaintance or friend or that you tell us you love what we do, that means the world to us. Like when we were in East Palestine, gosh, my heart and prayers still go out to those people. When they said like, we are looking to you for the news, like, oh my gosh, that's what we do. That's why we do it. We want to help people. We want to get that word out. We want to keep you safe. We want to keep you informed. So just say hi. I love it. I really do. It means the world to me. I'll get a shoulder tap at TJ Maxx sometimes and it makes my day. It might be a little old lady that watches us and it just brings a smile to my face. So yeah.
Awesome. And shoot some story ideas your way maybe too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would love that. If you have a charity or an organization and you need coverage, shoot it my way. Love doing that stuff. Any way to help people, help people. And then also, if you just have something that needs a little investigating, I might be able to do a little something. So,
okay.
Or pass it on to my team members. And we got a great team over at KBN. So we can get that going for you. So,
awesome. Yeah. Well, Megan Lee, WKBN, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We're happy to have you. And glad you flew over here with your space pants on.
Yes.
But we appreciate you. And
we'll
talk to you guys soon. Everybody have a great weekend.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate